In the distance, we hear Stalin's organs play. Run, everyone. Hello and welcome, dear skill modelers, to my small hobby YouTube channel. My name is Tomo, and today we're gonna be reviewing another thing. The BM-13 Katyusha rocket launcher. On this channel, I have like this tendency to show you guys kits that are not as mainstream or as popular as, like a Focke-Wulf or a Tiger tank or a Sherman. Although I do plan to show those things as well, I like to see things that are a little bit different, and this is pretty different. First of all, because it's from Zvezda, a Russian company that makes scale models, if you don't know. And second of all, because this is, a different thing. It's a supportive vehicle, It's not like the main battle tank or the main fighter jet or, something like Spearhead. This is like from the background, shooting stuff at people and they go, poof. So some basic information on the kit. It was released in 2012 by Zvezda. It has over 300 parts and is around 210 millimeters long. In the past, this particular model was built by Atelier and Revell, but as far as I know, currently only Zvezda makes it. And it's gorgeous. You will see in the box, it's a bit of Russian, but it's good Russian. So now it's time to give you a little history on the Katyusha rocket launcher, and then we dive right into the box. The Katyusha multiple rocket launcher is a type of rocket artillery first built and fielded by the Soviet Union in World War II. Multiple rocket launchers such as these deliver explosives to a target area more quickly than conventional artillery, but with a lower accuracy and requiring a longer load time. They are fragile compared to artillery guns, but are inexpensive, easy to produce, and usable on any chassis. The Katyusha of World War II, the first self-propelled artillery mass-produced by the Soviet Union, were usually mounted on ordinary trucks. This mobility gave the Katyusha and other self-propelled artillery another advantage, being able to deliver a large load at once and then move before being located and attacked by counter-battery fire. Katyusha weapons of World War II introduced the BM-13 launcher, the light BM-8 launcher, and the heavy BM-31 launcher. Today the name is also applied to newer truck-mounted post-Soviet in addition to a non-Soviet multiple rocket launchers, notably the common BM-21 Guard and its derivatives. Because they were marked with the letter K, Red Army troops adopted the nickname from Mikhail Isakovsky's popular wartime song Katyusha, about a girl longing for her absent beloved who has gone away on military service. Katyusha is the Russian equivalent of Katie and ending in a diminutive form for the name Catherine, Yekaterina, Katya, Katyusha. German troops coined the nickname Stalin's organ after Soviet leader Joseph Stalin, comparing the visual resemblance of the launch array to a pipe organ and the sound of the weapon's rocket motors, a distinctive howling sound which terrified German troops, adding a psychological warfare aspect to their use. Alrighty then, let's dive into the box itself, shall we? First, let me just show you the box. As you can see, nice shot of the front, beautifully green color, nice. And then we have on the sides, you can see various kits that they offer, and on this side we will see the basic information on the kit. On the side here, inside there, and back, nothing. Okay, before I open the box, let me just say that the parts inside were in a plastic bag, and I took them out of the plastic bag for this video. So, and they are sealed by this tape. So yeah, that's how they come originally. Let's open this up. Okay, so we have a cardboard box, very sturdy. See? Beautiful. And here they are. This is the beautiful stuff. Okay. let's take a look. So the first thing I can show you guys are these little wheels. These are made from rubber, but they're hard rubber, and they have these little stupid plastic stubs on them, which is kind of annoying. But we're scale modelers. We don't care about that much. Do we? Do we? Do we? Huh? I don't. Well, you can just snip it off and, you know, kind of use your blade to tidy up. This is the first major sprue, which contains basically a lot of the chassis and the upper body of the truck. You have some nice molded detail on it. It's not as crisp as you would like it, or as I would like it, but the detail is there and it's very good, as you will see in the video box in my corner down there. So yeah, I mean, the doors and the body work, it has some raised detail, like on the fenders here and the sides, and you can see the little latches that kind of hold the hood in place in the real car. There are some, you know, bits and bobs that have a little bit of flashing going on, but you can tidy this with a knife or like a small file, no problem. They have like a leaf suspension, which is pretty nicely detailed, to be honest. And this particular truck, as you'll see in the manual, I think has a working transmission, or at least the drive shaft, not the transmission, sorry you guys. The drive shaft is supposed to be assembled without gluing it together, which is an interesting choice. The second one is what I would like to call carnage sprue and the rest of the build. Okay, the bottom portion of the truck is here. Then we have the trailer part, I guess, and we have some wheels that we have to assemble from two parts, and we have nicely done and very detailed three Russian soldiers that have different eyes. They're different. The heads are a little bit different, so you have different faces and their heads, and the helmets and the flags and the machine guns that they have, and they are nicely done. Very tidy, very nice. Well molded, Zvezda, well molded. On the back you can see the back side of the soldiers' butts and some arms. Soldiers have like I think they have a flag, in one of them has a flag in their hand, as I can remember from the diagrams. Third sprue, which contains the arsenal and the trailer. So we have the frame, basic frame for the trailer, and some, you know, rockets, the Stalin's arsenal rockets that you have to construct from 3 parts. So 1, 2, and 3, and the fins. Yeah, really beautifully done. Fantastic, really. You'll see the close-ups. You can see the hinges and the parts and panels. Nice. Okay, so these are the parts that are in 2 bags, come in 2 bags. And the last part is the clear part, which is not a huge one, because the truck doesn't really have a lot of clear parts. We have basic windshield left and right, and then the side windows, the back window, which has this texture inside, you can kind of feel it. And we have the frontal headlights and the back lights, and that's basically it. It's pretty clear. For the most part, so yeah, it's okay. And in the bag we also see that it comes with some decals, nicely printed decals. Not a lot of decals, but then again, you know, why would you put a lot of decals on such a truck? So yeah, good stuff. Okay, the manual. Now the manual itself is pretty Russian. I don't want to say this is a bad thing, but it's pretty straightforward. It's like, we Russians, we don't like to make trouble. We make it simple, we make it good, you know. So you open up the instruction manual and you see this. It's like a folded design. You have, you know, like your usual sprues here, and then the assembly, which is pretty congested into how many steps? 17? Yeah, 17 steps. So, you know, you have the frame, you have the other part of the frame, then the wheels and the chassis, I guess, not the chassis, but the frame and the stuff goes on. My God, can't even remember the words. And you know, the rest of the assembly, which is again pretty straightforward. They just clunk everything together. I think it's a nice presentation. It's not that colorful like, you know, Airfix does, or maybe even newer Revell kits, but it works. It is a Russian way, you know, you fix it with hammer. And then of course you have just the simple marking and paint scheme here, which is pretty simple. So that is it. That is the Katyusha rocket launcher. Although it has quite a lot of parts, I don't really think it's that difficult to put together. The instruction manual is pretty condensed, as you saw, and I think it should be like not maybe a weekend build, but a couple of days at least, you know, maybe half a week. It has a very simple paint scheme and not a lot of decals, so it should be a breeze. And even a less experienced modeler, I think, could tackle this one without any big problems. So I would recommend this one to not a beginner, but someone that's in the intermediate. I think you will have no problem at all with this one. So, as all the kits that I review, you can find this one in the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. If you have been, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and all your dreams will come true. If you're already subscribed to me, thank you so much. And I'll see you again soon in the next one. Bye.